my consciousness. And the greatest distraction is all of these power dynamics that are coming up from, centuries ago, when I'm remembering all of these times when my own divine feminine life force has been co-opted and raped and sidelined, and all of this whole reclamation of the divine feminine. And so all of these obstacles are coming up, and I keep getting distracted, going through all of these things and conflicts that have arisen, and going over and over them. But I catch myself and go, oh, I'm going into this again. And so keeping on raising myself up, and, knowing that it's okay that this is all coming up, and not beating myself up. And any and all situations that have to do with power dynamics, even the hybridization program, which I think I've talked to you about briefly in the group, that to me is also something I'm a part of, and I'm really digging in deep, but how I've seen it before is not the truth. And so I'm uncovering a deeper truth to that, and to my lineage, and how the women in my lineage, mother, grandmothers, they have not lived in the pleasure and the joy that is deserving of women and of me. And I know it's part of my task is to really break this line of disempowerment. Yeah, I'm seeking collaborative ventures in my business. My business has not, this is in the 3D world, not gone in the direction I would like. It has not expanded. And yeah, some physical things going on in my body that I've been challenged with for a very long time, no matter what. So.
Okay, but in terms of your meditation practice, where do you feel that you're being blocked, specifically in the meditation? So obviously you're working on all these things in your meditation. Where do you feel that you're blocked, or that you're hitting like a moment of not sure how to move forward?
As I say, getting distracted, the issues of the power dynamics with people, events, whatever.
Power dynamics.
Yeah, like I recently was challenged by someone, a man, a lot of verbal abuse. And so I've been going over and over it, like, I wished I could have been like this. And
so the question is, how do we move past those kinds of strong, repetitive patterns? Okay, so this is actually a really huge theme for this week. It's been coming up times 20. And so I made the video on the memory work because of this, this last Sunday, in case you may have catch that. But we need to find out, first of all, there's a couple things that we're repeating. What I want you to identify is, what is it that you're resisting with the repetition? Who's being protected by the repetition? So what part of you is being most protected? And what is it that you're getting from it, from the repetition of that? So you're playing a role in all of our trauma, we play a very important role. And so we need to understand what that role is and alchemize that role. Understand what would it look like to be different. And what's being healed a lot for a lot of people from now until the end of this year is the victim role. Because if you go into next year with the victim role, you're just going to attract 20 times. It's going to magnify because we're entering a higher octave. So the question is, how can we alchemize this part, the little tiny parts of us that don't want to come into our full power? Our full power. That's a really strong thing that came up. So for you, it's actually hand in hand. Remember, the spiritual world is absolutely a mirror of the material world in terms of abundance, in terms of your practice, in terms of everything that you're doing. When we open up those gateways, it opens up all material gateways as well. So this is something that we are really being asked to look at. And on the reading, I'll read the body to see where that focus can be looked at. Okay. Amazing, amazing work. Anybody else?
I can go.
Yes, please.
Oh, here I am. Hello. I so relate to what you just spoke about because for me, there's so much about patterns of belief in victimhood, and I think it's so ancestral that it really feels like a low ceiling, but it's a lot of weight to to witness when I go into that, and it is such a pattern. And where I let my energy get loosed in those ways instead of running it through my body and allowing all the good feelings. And that's also breaking ancestral patterns, I feel, to feel good, you know? So a lot with that.
100%.
Yeah, a lot with where I suppress my own power and energy is what I notice.
So yeah, and so we're gonna be really healing the feminine in this way because the feminine has got to heal this part of us. And the feminine is not just in the women, it's also in the men, right? Because it's the men that connect to the divine. When the men are connecting to the divine, that's their feminine. So the blockage of their own feminine is the blockage of their own divine, their own intuitive faculties. So we're doing heavy lifting in this part, beloved souls. So the invitation is to really and this is something that is gonna feel scary for a lot of people because it's literally the embodiment of the new human. Okay, this new human that we're talking about, because we've never embodied fully that empowered self. And it's not a power over, it's complete harmony, it's complete balance, it's wholeness. Again, that wholeness is a whole new octave, so it's expanding in all the areas in which we need to come into that balance. So it's something quite new for all of humanity. So, be compassionate with yourself. That being said, be compassionate with yourself, be patient, but also very firm in some sense, lovingly guiding yourself, calling yourself out on the parts that want to, sneak back into that little hole, and just lovingly guide yourself into practicing that empowered state. What does that look like? And always being extremely mindful, because we also have another spiritual ego that's coming that, we think, oh, okay, now I'm here, now we're done. No, it's just the beginning of a next octave, and that's going to continue moving. So you're going to have a lot coming up. So yeah, it's important to understand emotional alchemy. Sit with your emotions. They're going to be really strong. If you don't fix them this year, next year, they're going to be stronger. So sit with those difficult emotions. Come into the observer, feel them, switch into that observer so that you can understand where it is, what it's doing, and then get to the root. And in that root, alchemize the opposite. So, we work two ways. Psychologically is with the emotions, and then energetically in the field, the way we're going to do tonight. So it'll help you when you close your first three chakras. And it's been tough for a lot of people. People have been having a difficult time closing the first three chakras because the world is so polarized and it's just pulling us left and right, making us feel all these things all the time, triggering emotions, and that is going to amplify which means that we do need to learn how to master the working of our emotional energy system. And so learn to shrink the first three chakras, open your heart, because when you do that, immediately it shifts how you feel the emotions. You guys have felt that already. And that's so valuable, because then you can go beyond that. Yeah, so I'll leave that there. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to share what blockages you guys are experiencing in your meditation?
I
We
can
want
go
to.
next if it's okay.
Yeah.
Nice to be here with everybody. My first time. I recently started following you and watching your videos and have learned so much, and it's very interesting and amazing. But for me personally, I would say that lately what I've noticed is when I'm trying to do my meditations, I feel like anxiety that doesn't let me kind of go into the meditations, and some sense of fear. And the fear comes from, and I'm glad I'm able to notice, what my body feels, because for the past like 3 months, I've been having numbness, tingling, and weakness in my arms, legs, and it's a weird feeling on the spinal cord, where I feel like if it's like some swelling or inflammation going on, and sometimes I feel some electric. It's a scary feeling. When I first felt that about 3 months ago, it was like very sporadic, and then it started happening every night. And it was scary at the beginning, but I would go into my meditations and I would do breath work, and I would just think that this is temporary, my body is healing. And of course, I've seen doctors and they're trying to figure out what's causing this. They're thinking it's an autoimmune condition, but pinpointing it has been tough. And so in the process of, visiting the doctors, cardiologist, rheumatologist, a neurologist, now I'm going to see an immunologist. It's just been a roller coaster of emotions, and with that comes the anxiety that builds in, because it happens for the most part at night when I sleep. And so I don't know what to make of it. I'm trying to tackle it in a positive way and from different directions with, holistic stuff, traditional Western medicine, which has kind of just led me in a rabbit hole of see this doctor, see another doctor. So now I'm trying to see if energy work can help with what I'm going through. And I know I zoomed in on your Sunday self-love class, which was amazing. I felt like parts of it were speaking to me, because there was some areas that you touched on, like the spinal cord and the back, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I need to continue this, because it's kind of giving me some direction of where I need to also look at, which is the energy field. So I'm very optimistic that with what we're going to be doing today, and as we're learning, or as I'm continuing on my path to consciousness and learning, that I will get some answers and help myself in this whole healing process.
Yeah, beautiful. I also want to mention that over the past 4 months, physical ailments, weird physical ailments like this have been coming up for a lot of people. And what I'm understanding is that it's like ancestral wounds surfacing in the physical body for us to address them, understand the somatic root, and clear it. Because it's kind of like the body's asking for a DNA healing. And what is DNA? It's the holographic system of, the somatic memory that we hold in the body, all the bioelectrical blockages that we've been carrying for generations and generations. When these kinds of situations happen globally, because a lot of people ending up in the hospital with rare things and all kinds of things, it's part of this world that is kind of evolving into a higher octave, and this energy system of the intelligence of the planet is asking us to clean deeper than we ever have before, because in order to receive and align with this new frequency. So in the reading, I'm going to tell you exactly where I see the blockages in your body, but couple things. Energetic hygiene on a daily basis is going to be amazing for you, as you just recognized the back of the body we're not aware of. So that's where I want your attention to be. And we have several energy points in the back that I'm going to name out for you to work on. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then, yeah, let me know how this goes. And if you need more support, like deeper, because I'll give you as much as you can tonight. But if you need more, you can always reach out personally. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Who else would like to share? Anybody else?
I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use 3 different meditation processes, kind of whatever I get called to on a particular day. Specifically with when I'm following your recordings or your system. I've got to say that 4 months ago or in that time period, I could actually seal my energy body. It was took a lot of effort in the back or in my kidney area, but I could do it. In the last 2 months, I haven't been able to complete that anymore. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but whether it's a confidence issue or what it is, I'm just really struggling there.
Yeah. What are you
On
experiencing, Greg? I'm so sorry.
Go
Finish,
ahead.
but also tell me, what are you experiencing when you're connecting and not picking up what you were picking up?
Yeah, like putting a color. I actually kind of a mother of pearl is what I end up with for a color for my energy body, and I like I say, I used to be able to seal things completely and feel really good about doing that before I, you know, carried on further into the meditation. And now I'm just getting kind of dark, cloudy, cloudy areas that kind of at the back of my kidneys on both sides. It's a little bit more prominent, probably on my left. If that's more of a feminine reflection, I'm assuming, and I'm just having a little difficulty with that. Um, the exact opposite is dealing with my emotions. Um, actually, I'm quite happy with the progress I've made in dealing with my anger. I'm able to accept a lot of things better, and I don't when things don't go the way I anticipate, I just assumed it wasn't supposed to happen that way. I'm quite okay with accepting a lot of a lot of the things in my life now that used to bother me maybe 6 or 8 months ago. So in that area, I mean, my headspace is I'm a lot happier. I yeah, I seem to be making better progress. In my 3D world. Okay, so, but as far as my meditation process, that is something that I just seem to be going maybe a little bit backwards.
Okay, well, not at all. So when you saw the dark clouds back there, did you try to remove them?
Yes, yes,
And they wouldn't move?
no, no.
Interesting. So yeah, and then obviously with what I'm seeing in the body, I mean, this is a picture that will take some time to process. You mentioned that you're working with anger, that you're learning to you're moving through that quite nicely. And it's wonderful that you were able to see these blockages. So we just need to change the technique that we're using to remove them.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
because that's it. You just have to change the technique, change the imagery that you're using. You can blow them up, you can pulverize them. I mean, be creative with how you're moving the energy there, because you see, it's a complex system of the subconscious mind, the little ego self that wants to really hold on to that part of us, doesn't want to let it go. So it puts all kinds of, idea and creative blockages there. And so sometimes there's a resistance, a subconscious resistance that we have to work through, break through. So for this, 2 things I would suggest whenever you guys have a trouble breaking a blockage, like Greg, 'cause this is very common, by the way, super common. And it means that you're actually getting better at seeing, because you're actually seeing your blockages. So Greg, you're not going backwards, you are going forward. It just means that we got to change. And also, so let me organize. There's a couple things that you also have to change your crown color. You have to make sure you're cleaning your crown chakra, because it's the higher self in the eighth body that allows to permeate higher octave frequency into the lower chakra bodies. Okay, so if we have blocks up here, we're not anchoring that energy into the bodies. That's one thing. Second thing is, as soon as you can start to see that blockage, identify how big it is. You're going to do constant energy cleaning. Close your first three chakras. Make sure that you're closing the first three chakras, because that's refining your vision of what you're looking at. And make sure that you're running energy. Sometimes the energy that we're running isn't always conducive to our healing. So, Greg, I'll ask you, are you using green earth energy to do that, or are you using a healing color?
It varies. Okay. But when I'm bringing up, I use Sophia as maybe a mentor or a guide or something from the center of the earth. So I do bring up an emerald green from time to time, but there's other times where it's just a pretty a medium blue, like, like a kind of a teal color maybe, or something like that. I that comes a lot easier for me.
Yep,
And
perfect.
so, okay, so that
Excellent.
can, yeah, I don't always have control of that. So, okay.
Well, we do, but your higher self is helping you with that. Okay, so yes, intuitively, you need to pull up the color frequency that is right for you from the center of the earth. So we had there's two ways of cleaning the energy body. One way to use green energy, which is the color frequency of the earth. It's a very specific green. You guys will see it in the shades that you see it. And then there's a healing frequency. And sometimes the body is asking for violet light, or the body's asking for red. It will tell you what most needs to move from the body. Whatever color frequency you're being asked to pull up, you have to listen to that, because it's going to help you move out whatever is happening. So, Greg, when you're pulling up the teal, if it's easier for you, for example, do those clouds in the kidneys move better, or have they, or have you tried that?
When I'm bringing up that earth energy or that earth color, I'm just trying to create flow. I'm not necessarily concentrating on my cloudiness, or
Okay.
I'm just creating flow and mixing energies throughout my body. So I'll bring that crown energy down and mix it, and that I'm quite okay with, but actually, it's probably not something I'm consciously trying to do at the same time. Okay. And I'll
Okay. So that's the thing, and
the
that's the part that
intention
I
is
wanted
set.
to. Yeah. So to move blockages like we're going to do today, you need to run energy. You have to run energy. It's going to be really hard for you to remove blockages if you're not running energy. And so, because you're a toroidal energy system, again, there's a system to this. And it's not me making it up. It's just the way our human bodies are designed. You are toroidal energy systems of energy. And so when you are not, most of the time our chakras are blocked, you know. So that's where sickness blocks, psychological life blocks come. And so we need to move the energy. And there's a couple ways to do that. As I mentioned, emotional energy healing, which should come second to energy healing. Energy healing should come first. And of course, meditation, Qigong is also an excellent way to do that. And so, Greg, if I want you to run energy and then remove those blockages with your crown. That's how we're going to work, guys. We remove blockages with the crown. The crown becomes like a laser that dissolves. And there's a deep, alchemical process to that, because this is operating at a higher octave. Yeah, so excellent questions. And then, of course, those blockages are going to either want to be pushed down to the center of the earth, or they're going to want to go up to the crown of the head. The body, because the energy is self-organized from lowest to highest, sometimes really dense blockages, they can only go down to the center of the earth. Like, you'll try to imagine them going through your crown and they just won't budge. But when you point it down, it just goes right down. So, some things to notice. Usually, other higher octaves starting from the heart, throat, third eye can go pretty quickly from above. Okay, so again, you're using your intuition, you're really connecting and listening to your body and what it wants to do and what it's doing. Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent question, Greg. Thank you. Anybody else want to share anything?
Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. So when I meditate, I sometimes I have trouble with seeing my back of my field clearly, as like any other actually, side. Yeah, and I feel like sometimes I should focus more and put more intention. Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm really putting my 100% when I do that, and I know I can be doing it better. So yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah, so this kind of work, my love, it's not about better or worse. It's not about judging our progress or anything like that. It's basically getting out of your own way to see what is. And that's it. We're just seeing what is. When you see what is, that's when things begin to change. So if we have a lot of heaviness in the back of the body, remember the back of the body is the feminine, that's your intuition. If we have doubts on we're not trusting our intuition to begin with, that's clearly going to be demonstrated in the fact that the entire back of your body is unattended to. There's no connection. There is no accumulation of life force. There's no awareness in the whole back of the body. And so that has to be reconnected. So your body is just telling you something. It's saying, hey, we're disconnected from the intuition right now. That's all it's saying. And so when you do your meditation, again, make it really simple. You gotta use, that's what imagination is for. Imagination is precisely for you to master your healing. And that has been changed with, cartoons and Disney. We think imagination is just for fun and for playing for kids. Imagination is the most powerful healing tool that exists for humanity. And so we have to utilize that with combining with intention. And the intention is, you can imagine that you're stepping inside of a bag, a gigantic bag, for example, and the bag just inflates all around you, front, back, side to side, and you're at the middle. You can imagine that you see a Christmas ornament and you go and you open the door and you step in the middle of it and you close the door behind you. Um, so many visuals that you can create. Those are just a few. I always used to imagine the bag stepping inside of a bag. And it just used to work so great for me because I don't know, I just had this idea that it would just close on top and it was an easy thing. And so use whatever you need to simplify the practice. And don't worry about perfectionism or if I'm doing it right or wrong. Use whatever you need to get what you need, which is your bubble around you. Ground yourself down to the center of the earth. Be fully in the body. Tap into the senses, because these are like training wheels. And don't worry, later on as you progress, it'll just be second nature for you to have your bubble around you. But we need to simplify. Our human mind, sometimes we want to make it more complicated, but it's actually quite simple. And you're not actually creating anything, by the way. You're actually tuning into what already exists, because your energy body already exists in its full complexity. You cannot take that away. But your lack of awareness disconnects you from the power of your connection to your body, so that's a big deal. So we're slowly repairing that disconnect by bringing full awareness into what we are. And we're going to learn through that. So I hope that helps, Veronica. Yeah, amazing question. Anyone else?
I guess I'll share. Let me see if I can turn my video there. Oops, sorry. I have to turn my video off because I have cats roaming around me, so it can get distracting. This is my first event as well, so thank you. Nice to meet you all. I am not very good at meditating. I don't do it enough or long enough, I feel. I've started to channel a bit, and I'll have the message come in, and then it kind of I have to do some deep breathing and then have it come back in and do deep breathing, come back in. So I feel like I just want to get a deeper meditation going and a longer meditation. And I feel like it's probably just me having to make it more of a habit, find space time to do it. So that's kind of what I've been trying to work on and guess struggle with. I also have the anxiety that comes in my brain that it's like, oh, I need to do this and this and this. And so
100%. Yeah. So the invitation with this kind of work is that it's constant, not just a compartmentalized practice. And that's why this meditation is so great, because you know you're really working with your energy body fully, and that is a full-time job. So grounding, for example, will help you come into alpha state in your brain, which is a state of observation that's been neurologically, psychologically proven that when you ground down to the center of the earth, we're actually coming into alpha state. So this is something that we can actually embody. Secondly, maintaining the bubble around you will allow you to start choosing your experience from a place of no anxiety, no stress, no fear, and also choosing very carefully what you allow to trigger you on a on the go basis. It's super important. That is basically meditation right there. So those simple two little tools, for example, are something that you can start incorporating just all the time. And the simple practice of grounding and visualizing your bubble is the training of your intuition. So the third tool is the training of our intuition, which all of us need to be practicing 24/7, and that will make your meditations really easy to drop into when you're ready to sit down and have like 10 minutes or whatever it is. All right, so yeah, let's get into it, guys. And go ahead and allow yourself to get nice and comfortable. I am recording the session. You guys are going to have a recording of this in order to review. So I'm gonna name out parts of your body and also the pictures that are there. The images and the figures that I name out, they may or may not have meaning for you. It doesn't matter. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're, just really accurate information, pictures that are directly connected to something. You will understand what it means as you work through what it is, okay? And try not to get identified with the stories. For those of you that can already psychically tune into the messages that those pictures have, try not to get too identified with the stories. We need to narrow down and focus our life force on the removal of that, breaking of the contract with that. And later on in your deeper meditations, you're going to work into the layers of the emotions. Okay? All right, guys. So go ahead and get nice and comfortable. Drop in. Breathing deeply with every breath you take as you allow yourself to come into a state of complete relaxation and calm. We're going to start by grounding down to the center of the earth. Go ahead and take your attention to what it looks like at the center core of the planet. And you're going to create a grounding cord connecting your body all the way down to the center of the earth. Breathing deeply. Go ahead and make your grounding cord thicker. Some of you are not connecting all the way down. Grounding the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Front and the back of the body. Carolyn, focus on grounding the back of your body. Al, go ahead and focus on grounding the right side of your body. Diane, the back of the body. Roman, the back of the body. Greg on the left side of the body. Lindsay at the very center of your body. So don't just make a hollow chord. Make it a full chord that's completely solid. All right, go ahead and visualize your sphere around your body. Let's set the intention that we are creating a container of profound healing as we fill the room with golden light. Setting the intention that we are elevating the frequency to a violet frequency. And we are all enclosed inside of a bubble. This bubble is made out of a diamond light. We are grounded down to the center of the earth. In this space, we are healing. We are connecting. We ask the highest frequencies to hold space. I'm going to start with Al. Go ahead and take a look at the hole on the right side of your bubble. Close that hole. Make sure your hole is completely closed there. Your bubble. Roman, the back of the body. Diane, the top of the head. Anna, the solar plexus in the fourth layer of your body. Greg, the back of the body on the upper side, behind the head or behind the back. Lindsay, focus on the whole right side of your body. Troy, focus on the bottom, the whole bottom half of your body on the back. Carolyn, focus on the whole right side of the body in the back. Veronica, focus on the throat area of the body. And I'm sorry, admin, your name is admin on your Zoom. I'm so sorry. What is your name, sweetie, with the glasses? Your name is not showing on there, so I forgot what your name is. I'm sorry. You're muted.
Yeah, it's Laura.
Laura. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
So Laura, yeah, the back of the body, and underneath the lower half of your body. Okay, so we're going to go deeper. I want you to focus on the root chakra at the base of your spine. You're going to shrink that root chakra down to the size of a dime. Breathe deeply. Go up into the sacral, shrink your sacral chakra down to the size of a dime. Go up into the solar plexus, shrink your chakra down to the size of a dime. Notice how your body settles in energetically. Go up into the heart, expanding the heart front and back. Expanding the throat. Expanding the third eye. Go up into the crown, expanding the crown. And let's go ahead and fill the crown with your higher self color. If you don't know the color of your higher self, you're going to use gold. You can also use violet light if you don't know your color. If you know your color, use your color. You're going to align your higher self with your career, relationships, family, health, your children, intimate partnerships, vitality, your connection to source and your spiritual work, your projects, creativity, money, and finally your purpose. Ground yourself, make sure you're grounded. And we're going to start running energy. I want you to visualize the most healing frequency that you can tap into. Go ahead and allow yourself to visualize that you're absorbing from the earth as if your legs are straws. You're pulling up this healing frequency up in through the legs. in through the knees, into the thighs, into the solar plexus, creating a vortex of energy in your toroidal field. From source, you're going to pull down a powerful wave of gold cosmic energy, comes down to the crown of your head, down your spine, combining with your healing energy. Take 10% of that back down to the center of the earth. Breathing, being fully in your body. Go ahead and take 80% of that combination up your spine, from the crown of your head, coating the outside of your bubble. Go ahead and clean up your relationship with the matrix, your energetic attachment, connection, entanglements with people, places, and things that no longer align with you. You're going to call back your life force into your body. Okay, let that energy move. If you start to feel it a little sluggish, so Carolyn, if move that energy nice and fluidly all around you. Veronica, nice and fluidly. Troy, if any kind of feeling of sluggishness, just kind of move it through the body. You guys are doing great. You're going to take that final 10% of healing and source energy, and you're going to absorb it into your body. Absorb it into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the fascia, into the cells, into the bone structure. Absorb into the body. You might feel a slight rotating sensation, and that's good. You might feel like your body wants to move back and forth. That's okay, that's normal. It's just the energy moving through your body. Go ahead and see a room filled with all of your karmic contracts. These are all the lessons that you came here to learn through pain, suffering, separation, essentially. Shine your crown light on top of that room, eliminating all of those contracts. Clear it out. Make sure that there are no trap doors, hidden walls, hidden openings underneath where we might be hiding much deeper subconscious contractual agreements. Allow yourself to clear this room completely of anything that is left behind. Once you clean the room, you're going to fill it with your creative color, the crown chakra color. We're going to go to the next room where we have all the people that do not have our best interest, your enemies. These are attachments, entities. You're going to see them just like shadows. Visualize them dissolving. We call them enemies, but it's just people that don't necessarily have our best interest or not frequently aligned with us through our frequency in the direction that we want to take. Just gently dissolve these shadows. You're going to see a pile of sticks in the middle of the room. Go ahead and break those in half. Clear those contractual agreements. Visualize calling your life force back into your body and releasing what doesn't belong to you. Very good. Okay, go ahead and clear your energy body now. You're going to just clean 13 layers of your energy body from the crown of your head down to the base of your feet all around you, starting at the front, moving around to the back. And as you're doing that, I'm going to begin the readings individually. While I'm reading someone, you just focus on your own healing and your own work. And when I'm reading you, just you're going to focus on breaking the pictures that I name out with your crown chakra. I'm going to start with Al. On the whole left side of the body, especially in the heart chakra, in the back of the heart, we have a little block here. This is located in the 8th layer of your body, which is directly connected to your crown. So I want you to see a giant sword, like imagine a sword from the Renaissance that is in the very back in the 8th layer of your body, connecting to your heart. So this has to do with, again, the archetype I was telling you earlier, that we were a healer in a past life, but we might have some trouble truly believing or truly embracing that power that we hold. And the blockage is in the heart. So the program is self-worth, the worth of our healing, the worth of our knowledge, the worth of our understanding of things, the worth of our wisdom, the messages that come through us, if we believe that they are worthy or not, and whether our work is actually doing something. So these are pretty deep programs that go down the ancestral lineage of the father primarily. So the second point I want you to work on is in the solar plexus, in the back of the solar plexus, and also in the sacral. So we have a mother wound here. And I want you to see yourself in your womb. You know, you can go deeper into that, but you're going to remove the blockage that is in the back of your back, in the back of your sacral chakra. This connects to your mother on the left side of the body. So I want you to break contracts with both mother and father, and just notice what those contracts are all about. The third point I want to mention to you is in the perineum, underneath the body, in the center core of the body, we have a blockage here. And so you mentioned you're trying to bring source in through the body, anchoring it through. And so this is where it keeps getting blocked in the perineum. We want to clean up sexual energy. Anytime that we have stagnant sexual energy or creative life force that hasn't moved through the body. You want to clean that up. And so the primary blockage point is on the left testicle of the body that goes up into the psoas in the lower back. So I want you to clean the psoas, that whole energy structure going into the testicle. This is like, it's heavy belief systems of, again, worthiness, but in our creation in a much deeper way. So I want you to observe that and clear that out. Very good. Let's go to Laura. So Laura, the biggest blockage is right over the crown of your head and in the very nape of your neck in the back of the body. So I want you to see something that looks like a big black, I don't know, you can say shadow. Go ahead and clear that out. And it connects all the way down into the solar plexus in the front of your abdomen. So you're going to pull it out of the abdomen. You're going to focus on the fourth layer in the front of the body. This is the heart. This has to do with receiving love. Are we able to receive love? This wound comes from the mother. I want you to break contracts with mom and all of the perceived belief systems that we're not worthy of receiving love, or that it's not safe to receive love. That's one archetypal program I want you to break at this time. You're also going to focus on your left foot underneath your feet on the left side of the body. This is an archetypal message of walking in divinity or embodying divinity, creating divine environment for yourself. I want you to focus on creating a divine environment in every way. People that you surround yourself with, relationships, there's an imbalance of exchange, perhaps even codependent tendencies of relationships that are depleting of life force. I want you to be very mindful of that. You absolutely need no depleting energies of any kind in your life. So I want you to gently remove those from your life. The whole back of the body is open, so I want you to close it completely. And I want you to visualize that there's a silver seal in the back of your bubble in the back of your body that you're just gonna twist and it's just gonna close for you in the back. Okay, so I want you to create that silver emblem of protection, and that'll be in the back of your body. Okay, I'm gonna go to Veronica. Veronica, the heart center. There's a breakage in the heart chakra here. It's split in two. I want you to merge this heart chakra back into one. This is also blocking the throat underneath. What is this? Like right above your clavicle, like just right, not the clavicle, it's clavicle, the collarbone. I want you to visualize a black blob of energy there. You're just going to pull it out. And I also want you to focus behind the heart. Imagine a sword there. I want you to pull that out. This has to do with the father, betrayal, feelings of not having support, connection with the divine masculine in a way that feels safe. Go ahead and block that out. Blocking it means remove it, clear it out, alchemize it. And then you're going to focus on the uterus in the front of the body. There's a little pink, white, and black dot there. I want you to pull that out, clear it out. It goes all the way up into the solar plexus, into the breasts, down into the uterus, and down the meridian line in between the legs, down to the base of the feet, in the very center of your foot, both feet, right and left. So it's a whole like energy system. I want you to clear that out. Also, we're not grounding in the body. We're not grounding fully in the body. We're not being fully in the body. We're not owning our power. So I want you to really focus on filling your space with your life force on a daily basis. I'm going to go to Carolyn. In the very back of your body, in the tailbone, we have a blockage here connecting to the mother, but also grandmother from the mother's side. We seem to be carrying a lot of ancestral weight from the ancestral lineage of the mother's side. It's like a burden, and what we believe is a burden, what we perceive is a burden. I want you to really focus. You're gonna see something that looks like a big, shiny pink present that's wrapped up in a bow. But it's like we hold on to it because we value somehow, we believe that there are lessons that are valuable there, but in reality, it's like weighing us down. So I want you to destroy this box. It looks pretty, but it's not what we need. I want you to it's not what we need, it's just holding you back. So go ahead and dissolve that box from there. When you dissolve that, you're gonna start to feel the energy in the uterus drop gently. And so what that's gonna do is it's all the heaviness that you're holding there for generations. You're going to open your perineum. I want you to see your perineum. Imagine that it's blocked with this, like, I don't know, imagine like the clog of a sink, or, you know, like a plug of a sink. Imagine pulling that out, and you're going to let everything that dropped from the uterus to go down to the center of the earth. You're going to focus on your big toes on both feet. I want you to open up the energy in the big toes, and your energy body is open from the whole bottom. I want you to focus on closing your energy body underneath you. You're also going to see a block on top of the head, on the very back of your head. This is a block in your intuitive energy system, and it has to do with your divine feminine. Essentially, we're not trusting our intuition. And the message here is like, we are the healer, and you need to embrace that you are the healer of whatever it is that you're encountering. And I think that this lesson has something to do with grandmother and maybe her internal doubts of her powers and her gifts. And it's almost as if you have a tremendous amount of information coming through, but it keeps getting blocked here in the back of the crown. Not the crown, the third eye. We're also going to go to the crown, and it's like your source cord is like hidden in the back of your body. I want you to bring that in the center core of your body. So there's a disassociation that's happening with the body. I want you to bring your intuitive body, your higher self, into your physical body. There's no separation. So bring that fully in there. Okay. I'm going to go to Troy. So Troy, in front of your sexual organs, you're going to see something that looks like a black rolled up, I don't know, leather bag, a rolled up leather bag. I want you to dissolve that. It's like perceptions of blockages that don't really exist in our creative potential. So I want you to dissolve that leather roll, that leather bag that's there, dissolve that. And the next point is behind the solar and sacral chakra. I want you to visualize a wooden door. You're going to open that wooden door and you're going to dissolve that. Open up your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. It's blocked in the back. I want you to clean that with white light, rotating it really, really fast. You're also going to focus on the throat on the left side of your body, by the ear, by the throat, by the left lung, the heart, this whole area of your arm. I want you to pull out a really gooey, sticky substance that is there. Go ahead and pull that out. And you're going to replace it with white light. For everybody, when you remove something, you're going to replace white light. Okay, you're going to bring white light into the areas that you have cleaned. Okay. We're going to, okay, also close your bubble in the top of your head and the front of your whole body. Make sure you're closing that completely. Also the back, make sure you're aware of the closures. I'm going to go to Lindsay. Lindsay, interesting blockage between the thighs and the knees. Basically, this is telling us we're not willing to move forward in the direction that we need to take. There's some trepidation of the direction that we're taking, perhaps some self-doubt. The next area that is illuminated is the heart chakra in the front of the body, acting from love in a way that is selfless, but not depleting of your life force, not imbalanced. So I think the primary fear here is that we might not know how to have energetic boundaries that are strong, powerful, and claimed. Essentially, the body is asking you to have really strong energetic boundaries right now, and to trust your discernment when it comes to people and what they ask from you. I see like we have a tail in the back of the body and the sacral chakra going all the way back, and it's like connecting to all these people that we've ever helped and we've always been connected to and wanted love from. I want you to call your energy back from all the people you've ever wanted love from and didn't give that love to you, and seal your bubble. And that is going to enhance your solar plexus. So the next place I want you to clean is the solar plexus in the front of the body. Go ahead and take the debris out of the solar plexus in the front. You're going to see a picture that looks like an apple in the front of the belly. And you're just going to dissolve that, fill it with white light. And then you're going to go into your heart. There's a little nail, a little metal block here in the heart. Go ahead and pull that out of the heart. And essentially it's like learning how to trust love, learning how to trust love, learning what love really is. Love is not self-sacrifice. Love is not depletion of your energy. It's not the annihilation of yourself. It's a deep, deep, grounded connection to your widest self, your broadest, most powerful self, actually. That's actually love. And all the decisions that you make from there are going to be more in harmonic order energetically with you. I'm going to go to Greg. So Greg, interesting energy pattern here. We have like a spinning disc of energy around the shoulders. The throat chakra is imbalanced in some way here. And the back of the throat chakra, I want you to clean the back of the throat chakra. I want you to visualize removing this disc of light from your throat. It's like your throat chakra energy is like fluid plasma. This blockage, it's like metal that's blocking the expansion of your throat chakra. So I want you to visualize as if you're cutting that off your neck and just removing that. The next point is in the sacral chakra in the front of the body, underneath the navel. You're going to see something that looks like a black egg there. I want you to dissolve that. So there's a really strong archetypal memory coming up for you from the lifetime where you were a sorcerer, a very specifically a sorcerer, someone that worked with life force. And it's like addiction got in the way. So I want you to focus on addictive patterns that we might have in this lifetime, whether they're emotionally, psychologically, or in whatever we're doing. You're gonna see that blockage is gonna be embodied in a grenade. I want you to visualize a black grenade behind your heart. You're just gonna dissolve that. So there's also war, past lives of war, having been in the war, and then carrying guilt and shame for the annihilation of life for many generations. Go ahead and pull that out. And then we're going to go into the brain, in the very back of the brain here. I want you to see something that looks like a yellow vein that goes all the way up into the brain down the back. You're going to pull that out, bring white light into that space. Okay. I'll leave you with that. I'm going to go to Anna. Anna, front of the heart chakra. So there's an interesting V-like shape blockage. It looks like a gold V-like shape in the center of your chest, right above the lung, in between the lungs, the thymus, and the throat. Endocrine system. I want you to visualize that you're cleaning out the endocrine system and bringing white light into the endocrine system. We're also going to go to the nape of the neck in the very back. I want you to see something that looks like a horse, like a yellow horse. You're going to dissolve that. You're going to go to the back of your head. You're going to see a green disc. Go ahead and dissolve that. And this green disc has to do with your connection with the earth. What's going to help your intuition expand to the next level is a deeper connection with earth. Deeper connection with circadian rhythms, aligning with the circadian rhythm. And that is going to, interesting how this block goes into the brain, into the eyes, into the sinus. I want you to visualize like a black gooey substance in your sinus, in your throat, above the palate, into the brain, into the pineal gland. I want you to pull that out, and you're going to infuse white light into the pineal gland. You're also going to focus on the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, it feels like tired and depleted. I want you to bring white light into the vagus nerve, going into the nervous system. And into the right lung, I want you to infuse the right lung with love and with white light. So that's the masculine in terms of support. So I want you to clear out any kind of remaining resentment we have towards our internal masculine. So are we doing what we need in order to support ourselves fully? Taking a look at those deficiencies, where they might be. I'm going to go to Roman. So Roman, we have one block I want you to work on in the back of the sacral chakra. It looks like, what is this called? Like the ancient warriors had this pole with a giant point in the front. I don't know what that's called. I forget what that's called right now. But it's the weapon. It's like a long weapon. I want you to pull that out of your sacral chakra. It's like in between the kidneys, and it's holding up energy in the kidneys for you in the back. So I want you to pull that out. It's going to clear all these cords up the spine. I want you to clear your spine energy. Sphere. Thank you, Troy. Sphere. Up the spine, all the way up into the back of the head. And this is going to connect to the pineal gland. Go ahead and flush the pineal gland. There's an accumulation of, I want to say the word corrosion for some reason. So just imagine that you're cleaning out the pineal gland and you're going to infuse it with white light. This is going to open up a channel on the top of the crown of your head. And I want you to bring white source light into that channel. Your source cord is going like halfway into the body and then cutting off. So next, you're going to go to the solar plexus. I want you to open up the block that's cutting your energy body in half in the center of your solar plexus. This is the center of empowerment, but it can be like, it can be anger towards the self, but it also is the wounded ego. I want you to imagine that you're going to pull that like a knife that's stuck in the solar plexus. You're going to pull it out and allow the energy to run in. So I think you're doing like you're running energy through the body really nicely in your practices, but these little blockages are blocking it from moving forward. So imagine pulling that knife out of the solar plexus, and you're going to see the energy going up the spine into the pineal gland, down the front. Put your tongue in the roof of your mouth and let that energy drop down in front of the chest, down to the solar plexus. You want it to connect down through the perineum. Okay, so the perineum is nice and open. That's good. Your sacral energy is open. Okay. The next blockage is in the right arm. And this has to do with father. So I want you to see essentially your father. You're going to break contracts with him in the right side. It's almost like we have like a handcuff on the arm. Take that off, cut it off. Call back your life force from father, letting go of past wounding and any kind of archetypal roles we might have taken on from that side. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Also, one last thing, you need to cut cords with the feminine energy on the left side of your body. This is not a mother figure, it's a younger frequency. So just visualize cutting cords with that on the left side of the body. I'm gonna go to Diane. Diane, on the right side of your brain, we have like, imagine a sword is like encrusted down through the brain, down through the neck, down through the shoulder, into the lung. You're going to visualize removing that, open up that channel on the right side of the body. Seal the energy body on that side. We're going to go to the solar plexus, the center of empowerment. So I want you to work on anger, the suppression of anger that we might be. So anger and injustices come up a lot in the liver. So our liver is having a hard time right now. We absolutely need to flush the liver. I want you to, visualize cleaning that liver completely. And this anger is ultimately towards ourselves when we were ashamed of our power, number one, and number two, when we didn't trust what we knew enough to take action. So I want you need to process forgiveness towards yourself. I want you to see all the fractals of yourself that have lived out these embodiments, and you're gonna forgive them. So I want you to see a frequency color for forgiveness. You're gonna infuse each one of them, merge them into one, call them back into your body. And I want you to break a contract that represents judgment. This is higher judgment. And it's rooted in spiritual ego, really. The spiritual ego that believes in perfection. There is no perfection. There is no white and black. We are both. So I want you to start integrating. And okay, so here's where I see the internal split in the center of the crown of the head, in the forehead, going all the way down through the tongue, through the throat, down through the chest, down to the solar plexus, all the way down to your uterus, all the way down to the perineum. There's like a split in the body, in the front of the body. I want you to merge your energies back into one. Imagine that you're uniting your feminine, masculine energy into one. And we need to let go of the concept of any level of separation of any kind or judgment. You're going to see a tail in the back of your root chakra. I want you to look at the origin of that tail, cut the source, call back your life force, pull that out of your body. You're going to fill it with white light. And this is it's going to run up your thighs, up into the body, into your ovaries. And I want you to infuse the ovaries with white light. Yeah, so even though we're not making babies and creating life, you are super proactive in creating life interdimensionally in other levels. And now I remember you talked about the hybridization program. So yes, but also aside from that, what I want, the value of that is I want you to focus that you look at your creations as divine. I need you to understand the divinity of all your creations, your thoughts, the words that you're speaking, the actions that you're taking. So switch from judgment to divinity is what the body is asking for right now. And then I want you to embody that divinity with yourself right now. Okay. Anna, is there anything you want to add to anything?
No, I was focused on what I perceive in my body right now.
Perfect, perfect. No problem. Thank you so much.
Connections.
Thank you. Okay. I want everyone to bring white source light down the center channel of light in your body. You're going to infuse that white light into all areas of your body. I'm going to name them out. You're going to focus on the skin. You're going to infuse your endocrine system. You're going to infuse your nervous system. You're going to infuse your cardiovascular system. We're going to go into the organs, into the sexual organs. Large intestine, small intestine. Spleen. Pancreas. Kidneys. Liver. Stomach. Lungs. Heart. Your muscular system of your whole body. The fascia. You'll notice when you connect to the fascia, you also connect to a crystalline system of intuition. So go ahead and tune into your energy body now. We're going to go into the energetic fascia of the body. So notice how far out your energy body extends around you. Balance that field. Expand it. Focus on opening the root chakra back into a balanced state. The sacral, the solar, the heart, the throat, the third eye. Go up into the crown. Al, I want you to put blue, green, and purple and gold up into your crown chakra. Laura, I want you to put gold and pink. Veronica, I want you to put blue and yellow. Carolyn, I want you to put orange and gold. Troy, I want you to put iridescent clear with turquoise into your crown. Lindsay, you're going to put, this is called peach and gold. Greg, you're going to use violet and gold. Anna, you're going to use turquoise, teal, and gold. Roman, you're going to use a little bit of red, orange, and gold. Diane, you're going to use lilac and gold. These are the frequencies of your higher self. I want you to align with them every single day, activating your crown and aligning this color. It's very important that you maintain it daily and that you break karmic contracts. Go ahead and activate your 8th all the way up to the 24th chakra above you. Connect up and activate all higher chakras into the 24th. And above you is a powerful white light of source. I want you to pull that white light down into your body, into your heart, into the perineum, down into the center of the earth. Al, I want you to activate the chakra underneath your feet. Open that up. Everyone, you're going to activate 3 chakras underneath your feet. Pull that white source light down through those chakras down to the center of the earth. Heal the earth. Healing the mother. Healing your connection to the divine. Beautiful work. Go ahead and open your eyes. I want you to see everything with your eyes open. Continue to see your connection with your eyes open, your bubble with your eyes open. Fill your house with golden light constantly, your working space, wherever you are. Welcome back, everybody. I want to thank you so much for joining me. It was an honor to share this space with you. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Our next group is going to be on Okay, calendar, please, guys. There's this. Our next one is November 26th. But let me actually check that. What date is it? That's not Thanksgiving, is it? Because November, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but November 26th. Is that a Sunday? Wow, okay. So we're gonna change that because it's on a Sunday. I don't know why my assistant put that on a Sunday.
It's
I'm
not
gonna have to.
Sunday, Geraldine. November
Yeah.
26th is on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, my calendar was not. Yes. Okay, good. So that is correct. So November 26th, we're meeting 7 p.m., guys. I will see you here. And as always, please, if you don't have, I don't expect us to continue having issues with the Zoom again next time, but in case it happens, I will be sure to send it before the event. So don't worry. Okay. All right, guys. Love you so much. You guys are amazing. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your light. Thank you for your work that you're doing here. And I look forward to seeing you again. Okay. Bye. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.